Hi, Pisces, Healing Grasshopper here to do your last reading in March, the 25th to the 31st. Aquarius started with strength this week as well. By the way, this reading is for Pisces sun, moon, and rising signs. It's important for you to follow more than just your sun sign. So if you don't know what the rest of your signs are, you can calculate it for free online. Just Google calculate my blank sign, and you'll find plenty of sites that'll do it for you for free. Come back to the Healing Grasshopper channel and follow those signs as well. Knight of Wands. These two together, it's like gather your courage to go after what you want. And there's a certain level of patience in the Strength card as well. This is like both together courage, strength, tenacity, um, passion. Right. Of course. Have strength when the devil's around. So the devil is your shadow side. It's the side of you that likes to doubt yourself, that likes to make you feel stuck and stagnant and helpless. Um, so this is very much an overcoming your difficulties. Um, but with the difference between your external difficulties and the difficulties that you create within. So let's see what else. The sun, beautiful. Pisces, it's like there's no need for you to put this much pressure and burden on yourself and self-criticism, um, because better days are brewing. It's like the sun is coming out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see now. There's struggle here. You are the Five of Wands is the sparring card, sometimes called the conflict card. Um, this is very much like a struggle to find your place in life. Um, now I have been talking so far very big picture, right? Um, but let's talk about within this week. Um, there are going to be things that are going to get in your way this week. That's going to make you kind of doubt yourself and pause. So, and when you have these pauses, it's like, how are you going to allow these pauses to affect you? Are you going to catastrophize the pauses, or are you just going to deal with them and move through them instead of allowing the devil to make you feel like, well, this is it. This is the end of the road. It's not going to work. Oh, well, you give up, you know. Um, there are going to be times this week where it's, you know, you're going to come across exhausting things like, oh man, this now. Um, you're just going to have to remind yourself to pick yourself up and get through it because it's may look really daunting, but it's fleeting. This one here, right? The Five of Cups. You see, this is what I'm talking about here. Here you are focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on, I just said, are you going to catastrophize it or move through it? This is catastrophizing here, you know, like you spill milk, um, and it's nicknamed the spilt milk card. You spill milk and you're like, oh my God, I spilt milk. It's so expensive. Uh, you just rattle off on how terrible the spilt milk is when it's just like, it's not a big deal. We just clean up the milk. Or, you know, you spill the milk on a leather carpet, on a leather carpet, on the carpet or a leather sofa, you know, and it's like, oh my God, we ruined the sofa, that kind of thing. Um, or are you just going to be like, oh, that sucks. It's an expensive sofa, but life happens. We'll try and clean this up and try and restore it as best we can. I'm not going to make a big deal about it because I don't have time for this. You know, I've got dreams to attend to. Five of Cups is the nostalgia card. It's the childlike wonder card. It can be the naive card as well. Um, for the past 2 years, I have not had too much of the naive message. Um, this has been the dream big card. This is the tend to your dreams, don't turn away from them card. Because the the bright side of the card is, you know, sweetness, innocence, we as adults don't really subscribe to anymore. It's like we've tucked those wild dreams away in the back of our minds. But this is very much like, no, don't dismiss those dreams. If you have a big dream that seems ridiculous, and you really want this, you can have it because you've got the two childlike cards here. This is very much saying that with a little bit of courage, tenacity, and some faith and motivation, you can get here. But just make sure that you're not sabotaging yourself along the way. Because the devil would love to tell you, oh, that dream is ridiculous. You're so silly. That kind of thing. This is the next card, right? Yeah. See, here you are worrying. Nine of Swords, the Nightmare card, the Worry card. Mhm. And now that I'm looking, after putting down this card, now that I'm looking up at your center card here, um, I really do feel a little bit of animosity here. Um, this card is like, even though it's the conflict card, a lot of the time it doesn't mean that. Um, it's more like competition, debate, that kind of thing. But I think there is actually fighting here. And it's something that really has you on your nerves. Oh, and you have the Knight of Wands on it. Well, at least it's not the Knight of Swords. Okay. If you had the Knight of Swords up here, I'd be like, be careful, um, Pisces, that you don't say something that you regret. But the Knight of Wands can be somewhat like that as well, because the Knight of Wands is fiery and passionate. And then I can't ignore this Nine of Swords on the bottom. I do think that we're still getting that message. Be careful, Pisces. You are gonna, this is very much like, I'm not saying that, I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying, I'm not predicting this, but this is very much like you've got a lot of errands to do and not very much time. Um, and you're in the car and there's some sort of road rage situation or even an accident, and you're like, fudge, I don't have the time. I don't have time for this. I just had enough time to get whatever it was done, and now this, you know? And here it is. And it spins you in so much of a frenzy that you let your temper get out of control, which really makes you regret things here. But at the end of your reading here, you have a moving away from pain and difficulty. Okay, so you have high vibration over here under strength, and you've got, yes. So you've got high vibration, you've got low vibration here under the devil. You've got regret and catastrophizing and that kind of thing. And then here you are moving away from it all, wounded. But here is high vibration, grace, inner strength, patience with, you know, a playful approach and kindness, innocence, that kind of thing, right? So it's, let's see what the outcome card is. Okay, good. So, okay. Yeah, this message is simpler than I imagined in the beginning. This is like, listen, you're going to come across some difficulties this week that's really going to um, be such a dis, disruption and nuisance in your life that it's going to, you know, boil your blood a bit. But it's like, don't let it boil your blood. Try your best to approach it with grace and humor, and you'll have the best outcome. But if you take the low vibrational route and, let yourself indulge in this arguments and all that kind of thing, then it's going to be a not so fun result. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles here. And it's a reminder that you are in the midst of a reset that spirit is bringing about. It's like there's the high vibrational spiritual path that you're working on with spirit here, with the physical plane mundane BS being thrust in your path. And it's like, okay, Pisces, how are you going to deal with this? You feel me? So I think you get my message. So just remember this and don't let yourself spin out of control. That's pretty much what spirit is talking about. Higher self, sacred destiny. One card. Okay, yeah, sacred destiny card. And we didn't have clarity, did we? No. Okay. Leader. Yes. Leadership. Okay. So leadership is talking about this is like, who's the bigger person here? It should be you, Pisces. Or again, are you going to let yourself get dragged down into the mud? So by leadership, this means remember who you are. You are a spiritual, high vibrational person. You are a light worker. Everyone who's attracted to this channel is a light worker. Let's not forget, right? Our job is to shine our light and be as high vibrational as possible so that we can affect others in a high vibrational way. And I talk about this. This comes up every now and then in my readings. Um, and it's come up pretty recently. I think Aquarius might have had a little peppering of that. I can't remember, but somewhat recently. Um, our job is to energetically do our best to help others ascend, to try and raise their vibration. Some of that is active and some of it is passive. The passive part of it is just being you, Pisces, just shining the light that you were born with, that you've taken with you into this incarnation. The active part is maintaining your spirituality, your high vibration, right? Because we are human just like the low vibrational people that we are coming across, right? We also have egos. We have root chakras. We have all the same um, um, survival mechanisms that these low vibrational people have. But the difference between us is that we are conscious and they are not. So there is the active part of it. We need to actively maintain our high vibration, actively tame our egos and our root chakras. And by that, I mean our tempers. You know, the devil is going to bring about that urge to flip off this other person. But it's our job to take the high road and be the leaders to the lights. Okay, guys? So that is the reading. Thank you so much for stopping by and for staying this long. I really appreciate it. It does a lot for the channel that you stay to the very end. Um, please like and subscribe. It's a quick gesture that costs you nothing and really does help me. Some of you are already subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you, 1,000+ of you. Um, but even if you think you are subscribed, please check for me. Make sure that you are. If you're not, please go ahead and do so. It really does make a difference. Talk to me. I answer every single comment with glee. It really does make my day to hear from my viewers, guys. It makes me feel like I'm actually getting somewhere because the algorithm isn't all that kind to small content creators. So, hearing from my viewers is very uplifting. So, if you want to tell me how this resonates, you have any questions, any suggestions, anything at all you want to talk about, don't hold back. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you're really inclined to helping this channel, uh, the other things you can do is share this channel with whomever you feel might benefit from the channel or enjoy it. And the other thing is have a look at my playlist. I have many of them made. Um, choose one. Set it to autoplay. Have it on as background noise as you go about your daily tasks while you're winding down in bed and even sleeping, because watch hours are what a small channel like this one needs to grow and thrive. Okay, guys? So I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.